Hi, I'm Jessica Blake, and I am going to talk to you about female trade workers. Basically, women who choose to enter the traditionally male dominated vocational trades face unique challenges. Vocational trades, such as welding, electrical, um, automotive mechanic, have always been mostly overpopulated by men. Women working in one of those certain trades in the past have always been considered non traditional. Now it's becoming very popular, which is awesome. Women who choose to enter the traditionally male dominated vocational trades do face unique challenges. This is very personal to me because I am one of those women. I worked at a company. It was my first welding job, and I was their very first female welder that they have ever hired. So I can really relate to this. Tradeswomen is a term that we women like to use. It is an unknown word to most people that usually requires some definition, which then evokes the unanimous response, oh, you mean like Rosie the Riveter? The fact that Rosie the Riveter, was an 85-year-old icon, which I love, is still very common today. A lot of people, especially women, use Rosie as kind of a idol, kind of something to look up to. The logo, we can do it. Tradeswomen, like myself, we love the challenge and the satisfaction of building things. We love working with tools and materials. We love working outside, which is great. We love being able to point at something, whether it be a tall skyscraper or a bridge, and being able to say, hey, I helped build that. Being a woman that is in the trade, we do love challenges, but there are some that are very hard to overcome. When you work in an establishment that is overpopulated by men, you really do have to have thick skin. You have to be able to handle yourself, being able to handle the judgment, the snarky comments. You really have to be kind of quick-witted with comebacks, which is something which is really sad, but in some ways it also helps to know that these men can look at you and be like, yeah, she can handle herself. 30% of women say that sexual harassment is a constant or frequent experience at work. And let me tell you, it is true. About 32% of the respondents of color report frequent racial harassment and discrimination. And this is what really disappoints me because we're dealing with this right now. And unfortunately, a lot of manufacturing jobs, especially in small towns like Mount Pleasant or down south, unfortunately, we do deal with that. In 2018, in construction, women were making $785 a week, where men were making $834. What's wrong with that picture? Women, unfortunately, have dealt with more difficulties in the trade, but they have dealt with positive aspects as well. For example, positive sides of women working in the trade, one of them is that a lot of skilled employers today actually want to hire more females. And that is awesome. Many employers are aware of the current gender gap that exists in their industry. Unfortunately, not all, but some of them are finally opening their eyes and saying, hey, we need more women out on the field. Um, Women who pursue a career in skilled trades are likely to be hired right away. That is true. When the place that I worked at, that was the first place I applied after I graduated from college. And the next day they called me right away. And I remember in the interview, I asked them, how many women are working here? And the HR guy goes, well, Jessica, you would be the first. There are a lot of organizations that do support women in the trades. Women, we love to support each other. We really do. There are a network of women such as Tradeswomen Inc. In California that support women that are trying to get in the trade, which is not just California, it's all across the US. There are a lot of places that where women will support other women and help them and teach them so they can learn the trade that they want to do. I hope the unique challenges that I presented to you, that women, that women face, gives you some type of perspective that women are having to deal with, whether it be good or whether it be bad. So I'm going to leave you with a quote that I thought was very fitting to end this presentation. It's from a female ironworker by the name of Fran Kraus, and this really touched home for me. It goes like this. Those of us already in the trade see ourselves as a wedge in the door. We've got to hold the door open so that more women can come in behind us. I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much for listening.